Good afternoon, everyone. Jeremy here from MTG headquarters, doing what I do. Well, not really. This is a little bit different, but we're going to look at some of the removal in Khans of Tarkir. I want to do a little bit of pre-release prep. You guys let me know if you want me to do spoiler videos next time. I try to stay away from them because a lot of other YouTube channels do them very well. But at a certain point, if you guys want them, then I'll just do them, and that'll be that, and I'll do the best I can. But one of the most important things, I think, in any pre-release is understanding the removal that's there. And so let's look at it. Overall, we're going to get going with the charms. So 4 out of the 5 charms have some removal aspect to them. So if you pull them, they're probably going to get played in your deck. You may even, if you're fortunate enough to pull more than one, you may play multiple charms. I think overall, the general consensus of this set is going to be 3 colors is very, very possible. You're going to look at your pool. You're going to think maybe 4 or 5 is even possible. So you're going to want to choose wisely. There's plenty of fixing in this set. You've Sultai Charm, which allows you to destroy target monocolored creature, destroy an artifact or enchantment, or draw 2 cards. And we have Abzan Charm, exile target creature with power of 3 or greater. And Jeskai allows you to put target creature on top of its owner's library. It also does 4 damage to the face. And Mardu Charm, where it can deal 4 damage to target creature. You can also check out their hand and take something out of it. So I think charms are almost automatically playable in this format. So if you pull them, play them. Next, we're going to look at multicolored removal. Now, if you like removal, I think Mardu is pretty good for you. But if you're going to play 4 colors, maybe even Mardu Splash Green. But here's what we've got. We've got Crackling Doom. So we've got a red, white, black, and it deals 2 damage to each opponent, which is, so it's a shock, which is good. But then also each opponent sacrifices a creature with the greatest power among creatures he or she controls. So that part can be situational. Obviously, if they have no creatures, it's just a really expensive shock. But if they've got a fatty out there you need to get rid of, it's extremely powerful. Then we've got Doom Blast for an amazing 7 mana. Choose up to 1 creature, destroy all the rest. So this is an extremely powerful removal spell. Yeah, it's 7 mana, but remember, this is pre-release. So there's going to be a lot of games where you have 7 mana out. Then we've got Utter End. 4 mana, exile target non-land permanent instant speed, which is excellent. So you're almost always going to want to play this on your opponent's turn. Look for 2-for-1s. Always got to be looking for that value. Then we've got a little, is it removal? Winter Flame. Choose 1 or both. So of course you're going to choose both, but tap target creature and it also deals 2 damage to target creature. So you can tap something and kill it, or you can just kill it, whatever you need to do. Then we've got Ride Down. Destroy target blocking creature. And then also, creatures that were blocked by creature this combat gain trample till end of turn. So basically, you get to ensure that your damage gets through and you get to kill a creature. So that card's pretty legit. It also deals with chump blockers. I mean, Ride Down is legit. Then we've got, we'll move on to white. We've got End Hostilities. 5 mana, destroy all creatures and all permanents attached to creatures. Classic board wipe will probably see standard play. Not so shabby. Erase. 1 white, exile target enchantment. I call that removal just because of its instant speed, 1 mana, and it will be relevant, I'm guessing. We've got Kill Shot for 3 mana. Destroy target attacking creature. White always has some spell of this that works in this manner. And then we've got Smite the Monstrous, 4 mana for an instant, destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. So, you know, we've got spells like this in the current M15. You know, it's situational, but again, in pre-release, you will probably be seeing creatures that are power 4 or greater. At minimum, it's a sideboard card against anybody who's not a control player. Now we're going to move to blue. Oh, whoops. Sorry, blue. No removal for you. Tough break, kids. But we will give you an honorable mention and look at annoying blue spells. Here we have Crippling Chill, 3 mana. Tap target creature. It doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step, which is okay. For 3 mana is expensive, but you also get to draw a card. So you're paying 3 to draw a card and tap a creature. That seems playable. Water Whirl, 6 mana. Return up to 2 target creatures to their owner's hand. Fringes. It seems like late game blowout, especially since it's instant speed. It gets the nod as a good card, I think, because of that. Set Adrift, you've got with Delve, so it's 6 mana, but it has Delve. Put target non-land permanent on top of its library. Great tempo play, standard, very standard blue, annoying ability. Control-y. Repeal is very, very good. Instant speed, return target non-land permanent with converted mana cost of X to its owner's hand, and then you can also draw a card. So early game, you can use it as a 2-for-1 and draw a card. Late game, you can get rid of a bomb, but you certainly need a lot of mana to do it. Then moving on to Icy Blast, which is a very, very dangerous ability. We saw it with cards like, Frostbite, I think it was called, or Frost Breath, where it just tapped 2 creatures and it could be a total blowout. So tap X creatures, and its ferocious ability is if you control a creature with power 4 or greater, those creatures don't untap during their next controller's untap step. Brutal. You do it in their main phase, tap them down, and you basically get 2 free turns, whether you're just trying to buy time or you're going in for the kill. It's extremely, extremely powerful. Pull it, you play it. It's even splash-worthy, I think. Definitely splash-worthy. Force Away, 2 mana, return target creature to its owner's hand. Fine, at instant speed. And then Ferocious, you may draw a card if you do discard a card. So, okay. So let's get into some real removal here. We've got removal in black. We've got Drop Dead for 10 mana, folks. But it does have Delve. Target player sacrifices 2 creatures. So that's pretty good. What oftentimes happens is late game you get a board stall and you end up with like a bunch of little creatures out there, so it won't be as powerful as I personally think. It may not be that powerful late game, but there are times late game where the board's clean and you're just top deck mode and they get up on you, they draw their fatty, and you've certainly got enough cards, either mana or cards in your graveyard to do it, so it's okay. Throttle for 5. Target creature gets -4/-4. Okay, fine. It's 5 mana, instant speed, so it probably makes the cut for me, but I also lean heavy towards removal in pre-release. Then we have Retribution of the Ancients. This is pretty interesting. So it synergizes with the tokens ability, so or counters, not tokens. So it's a 1 mana enchantment, but you play a black and you remove X 1/1 counters among creatures you control. Target creature gets -X/-X until end of turn. I see how this would be really good. I don't know if you're going to get everything you need, because remember, you're giving up power in your creatures too to remove their creature. So I don't know if I play this unless I have an overwhelming way to put counters on creatures. But even then, it seems like making your creatures bigger is not a bad way just to... I mean, situationally, sure. If you have the cards, sure. It's just not awesome, I don't think. Murderous Cut, 5 mana. For Delve, instant speed, lots of instant speed removal. Destroy target creature. Super basic. With Delve mechanic, you could probably cast this card for almost nothing. Very, very good. You see this card, play this card. Debilitating Injury. Will be somewhat of an all-star, I think. So don't dismiss this card. 2 mana for -2/-2, because in this format, especially if you're trying to build a control-y build, there's a lot of 2/2 creatures or 2 toughness creatures that you're going to be able to get rid of with this card. So playing multiples of it because it's that common, I think is totally reasonable. Turn 2 and turn 3 is going to be really important during pre-release, getting your creatures out. So if you're trying to slow somebody down, this is a great way to do it. On to red, which the removal in red is as normal, where you've just got direct damage. So Arc Lightning, 3 mana, sorcery speed, which is poop. Arc Lightning deals 3 damage divided as you choose among 1, 2, or 3 target creatures or players. So it's good. It's definitely good. I think most often you're going to end up using this to do like 2 damage to one thing, 1 damage to their face. There's not a ton of 1 toughness stuff out there. It's still very playable in red. It's maybe even splashable. Speaking of splashable, we've got Crater's Claws. Crater's Claws, I think there's going to be some big swings in this format. It deals X damage to target creature or player. Very easy. So it's a Disintegrate, Fireball, whatever. But Ferocious, it deals X plus 2 damage to that creature or player. Instead, if you control a creature with power 4 or greater, you get 1 or maybe even 2 of these in your pre-release pool. It's called Dirtle until you can Fireball them to the face for like 10. So very, very powerful card. I think you want to save this card if you can. Don't blow it early to get rid of something. So we got Bring Low, 4 mana for an instant speed, and this deals 3 damage to target creature. If that creature has a 1/1 counter on it, it deals 5 damage instead. So obviously this is set to be a little hate on the counter strategy, but 4 mana for a 3 damage instant speed is fine. Barrage of Boulders, 3 mana. It deals 1 damage to each creature you don't control. Ferocious, it can be used as a finisher, I think. It also says that creatures can't block this turn. So it's a little bit of like an Aurelia's Fury ability. It could be a great finisher, to be honest. So if you're building a creature-heavy strategy and this is a great finisher, I think. Aerostorm for 5, sorcery speed again. It deals 4 damage to target creature or player, which is fine. 5 mana, again, it's always just slightly not amazing, you know. Instant speed, this is great. Sorcery speed, it's still playable, I think. And with raid, if you attack with a creature, so if you do this in your second main, it deals 5 damage instead. So 5 damage for 5 mana, I mean, it's a Lava Axe, but you can also deal it to a creature, which makes it slightly more versatile. So I think it's on the fringes of playable if you don't have any better ways to get rid of removal. It's kind of like in the current M15 with like Blastfire Bolt. 6 mana for 5 damage just sucks, but if you literally have no way to get rid of creatures, you got to play it. So that's kind of how I view Aerostorm. Now we go to removal in green. Finally, there's not a lot there. There's Savage Punch, which is a pit fight or fight ability. Target creature you control fights target creature you don't control. Where it's Ferocious ability, the creature you control gets +2/+2 till end of turn if you control a creature with power 4 or greater. So fine, if you're in green, you're playing fatties, fine. Sorcery speed stinks, but it's pretty good. It's not as good as Hunt the Weak, where like you get a permanent counter, but it's also half the mana cost. So there's that. And then there's Windstorm, which there's always this card. I love this art. It will be relevant because there's an absolute ton of flyers. I think most often you'll use it to just get rid of 1 flyer. You rarely get to like trifecta away like 4 or 5 flyers. Yes, it happens, but you know, there's Windstorm. So that's all the removal in cons, I think, almost all of it. And so as you're building your strategy, you're going to want to keep these, you know, go back to the presentation, look at some of the things that you think synergize. I think Mardu is going to have a really good removal package because, I mean, there's good removal in black, good removal in white, and there's some of the best multicolored removal with Crackling Doom, Utter End, and maybe you even splash for Doom Blast, which is just, you know, game winner. So keep it in mind. I think there's a lot of stuff here, and remember you're fixing, and you're going to want to put some removal in your deck. So hopefully this helps you plan. Even you, blue mages, definitely have a great tempo package. I think Control is going to be a very powerful deck type in pre-release. It's going to be very powerful in standard. So hopefully this helps you guys out. If you have any other videos you'd like to see to prepare you for cons, of Tarkira pre-release and or release day events, please post them up in the comment section down below. And if you want me to do more prep videos like this or spoiler type videos like this, please let me know. I'll try to do them my own way, kind of like this. And then also, if you're new to the channel, make sure you take a second to crush that like button on this video and also subscribe so you get notified each and every time I upload a new video. Thanks for watching this, guys, and we'll talk to you again real soon. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and if you haven't already, check out some of our most popular playlists, from MTG vlogs, sick gameplay videos, new product breaks, and some insane vintage openings. I upload 3 to 4 new Magic the Gathering videos every week, so if you haven't already, please take a moment to crush that subscribe button to join one of the fastest growing Magic the Gathering channels on YouTube. Talk to you later.